Well, I had to go back to the urgent care today because I started feeling a lot of pain through the night, and then I got up around 2:30 this morning, could not go back to sleep because of the pain in this ear, and then right in my throat. I just could not shake it off. I took Tylenol, it just wasn't working. And I started doing some more research because in my previous video, I made mention that Ramsay Hunt is a suspicion of mine. I think I've been misdiagnosed. I really do. Bell's Palsy, from what I have found, does not affect the ear the way Ramsay Hunt can affect the ear. So I went to the urgent care and more drugs. Okay, so I'm on the pack for steroids, and he also gave me amoxicillin just in case, there's some type of underlying ear infection or something like that. And then ibuprofen, which I'm definitely taking that for pain. So the amoxicillin, I don't think I'm going to take that. I'm just not one to be piling up on drugs. Definitely taking the steroid because it's highly recommended. I'm kind of sad that my initial treatment was just 5 days of steroids, and I went 4 days without anything. Okay, and in that 4 days, my health was really being managed by the antiviral that I was taking and all my supplements. And then, today I'm like, okay, whoa, what a difference. I'm really not feeling well today. So here we go again. So tomorrow I have an appointment with the ear, nose, and throat doctor, and I'm still waiting on a neurologist. With that said, let me just say how extremely frustrating the entire process is, waiting on doctors, waiting on specialists and referrals and all the different things that you need. And in the meantime, your situation is getting more and more critical, and these people are just so lackadaisical. So I'm just really grateful to my mom, because even she got on the phone and was calling my doctor's office while I was at urgent care. And she said, I don't care what I got to do. We're going to get you what you need today. And what I needed was to get back on a steroid, because obviously the 5 days was not enough, because that's the treatment for Bell's Palsy. Even I'm getting confused with the names and stuff now. It is just a mess. The whole thing is a mess. And they keep saying, oh, you don't have a rash on your ear. But it's a fact that sometimes the rash is internal, and you can't see it unless you do an MRI. You can't see it on the nerve unless you do an MRI. So why don't we just treat it as if, just in case? You know what I'm saying? So it's just extremely, extremely frustrating. Anyway, I'm about to take my ibuprofen and go rest, because I have had just about enough for today. So I started thinking yesterday after I got back from urgent care, what else I can do to help myself. So, I called the neurologist's office, kept getting the runaround about my referral, called my insurance company, and they were able to get the referral. Finally heard from the neurologist. Now keep in mind, that's the main specialist that I need to see. I need to know the magnitude of what I'm dealing with. Do I have moderate, severe, minor Rams palsy? Rams palsy. Okay, I'm glad I can make myself laugh. Bells palsy or Ramsay Hunt. Which one? Which one do I have? What are my nerves doing? Can we look at all of this? That's the main specialist I need to see. Do y'all want to know when these people can see me? Now keep in mind, today is November the 13th, 2025. My appointment is scheduled for January 23rd of 2026. And I told the girl, I said, this is ridiculous. And she said, ma'am, I understand, but we have a shortage on neurologists right now. We just got 2 more in, and it cut our appointments down from 6 months to at least 2 to 3 months. Well, that's not going to do me any good. So thank goodness I had a really good doctor at urgent care who wanted to cover all the bases. Not only did he prescribe me the additional drugs that I needed, but he also gave me a referral to an ENT doctor, ear, nose, and throat doctor, because I've been so concerned about my ear. I'm super sensitive to sound. My ear has this terrible pain unless I'm taking this ibuprofen. One thing about Ramsay Hunt that I have discovered is usually there's an outbreak of shingles, because that's what it is. The shingles virus is affecting your nerves, your facial nerve. And I don't have a rash. There's no visible rash anywhere, but I got all the other symptoms. So as I did my research yesterday, I found that there are 2 variants of this virus. One particular variant called Zoster-Shine herpeti doesn't come with a rash, okay, which can complicate the diagnosis and the treatment. But the only way they can really determine if you have this virus, no matter which variant, is to do a blood test, and nobody's done that yet. Okay, so when I go to the ear, nose, and throat doctor today, he's going to be checking out my ear, and I'm going to ask him if he can run that test. And then I started thinking, I know this doctor. I've seen Dr. Oliver before. He's amazing. He's a very compassionate guy, so I don't imagine that he would say no about running the test. But what I did was I emailed my primary care doctor, told her everything that was going on. Didn't even expect a response, but I got one late yesterday evening around 8 o'clock. I got a message from the physician's office saying, come in tomorrow, which is today. And I'm like, okay, amazing, very good. So I got the appointment with my primary care doctor today and my ENT doctor today. But as I was thinking of everything, I said to myself, doesn't matter if these people don't want to give me what I need. I still have ways to do it. Thank goodness I'm a certified holistic nutritionist, because I can order the test myself. So actually, I've already ordered it. So from Full Script, which is where my clients get most of their supplements, I can order labs through Full Script. And it's not a process that I use often because I'm not trained to read labs. I usually have to do a lot of research in order to read lab work. But I have the ability to order hundreds of different types of tests. I looked up this particular test, and sure enough, it's available on Full Script. So I ordered it, and I have to go over to LabCorp to get it done. So whether my physician wants to do it or not, I'm still able to get the test that I need to determine if I have this particular virus. And if I do, then guess what? I have Ramsay Hunt. And the other thing I wanted to say, when I did my AO scan, guess what showed up on the AO scan? I was blown away. This particular virus. It has not been confirmed through blood tests yet. But if this is confirmed through blood tests and it showed up on my AO scan, y'all, the AO scan is the real deal. I'm telling you. So that's kind of where I'm at right now. Having a good day today. A little disappointed about the neurologist, but it ain't stopping me because I got a plan. And my plan is to fight the power, baby. I'm going to do everything I can for my health and for my well-being. As of my face, everything with that is still 100% the same. I'm still talking with my mouth twisted. This side of my face is not working. My eye is still not completely closed, but I get somewhat closure there. I notice when I put tape right here, it helps the eye to close a little bit better. So sometimes you may see me with tape on the side, and that's why, because if your eye is constantly open, do me a favor and just hold your eye open for like 60 seconds and see what happens. See how uncomfortable that is. It gets cold, and then eventually it'll get dry, and it starts feeling like you got sand in there. The eyes have to close. We take all these things for granted, all these little things. The ability to blink, the ability to talk without being impaired. We take it for granted. I know I did until now. You know, my body was probably screaming and telling me for the longest time, look, you need to slow down. You got too much going on, too much stress. It brought me to a raging halt, okay? And I am listening with all ears right about now. So I advise you all to do the same. Listen to your body. Don't wait until something drastic, devastating happens to you. You got to listen. So that's it for now. We'll see what tomorrow brings. Tomorrow makes it 2 weeks since I've been diagnosed with Bells Palsy. I've had some serious ups and downs throughout the 2 weeks where I thought I was getting better, and then I got worse, and then I had all these doctor's appointments, and yeah, long story, but you'll hear all about it in my videos. But just an update for today. For the last 2 days, my energy has been really low. My pain level manageable, and yeah, today is Saturday, and my husband and I are going to get out the house. We're actually just going to go walk on the beach. I've been pretty much sheltered in place besides appointments, or maybe if I need to go to the store, but that's it. I haven't done anything else. Been to my job a couple times when nobody was there, pretty much. But I am going back to work Monday. I do not know what that is going to be like, but I'm going back full-time in the office for about 4 hours, and then coming back home. You know, just this eye just cannot bear the computer for 8 hours, okay? So I got to really step back into this really slowly. As you can see, I got tape on my eye. And the reason I do that is to make the eye smaller so that when I go out and I need to blink, I can blink a little bit easier, or it makes it a little bit easier to close the eye. I'll be putting my shades on because this eye is still really sensitive to light. And yeah, that's pretty much it. That's the update. I'm trying to look human again as much as I can. I've been looking pretty rough lately, but it's part of the process, right? It is what it is. I've accepted this now. And that's a big step for me. I've accepted it. Now I'm ready to grow and learn, and that's the phase that I'm in right now. I would say for the first, I don't know, maybe 8 days or so, anger was really the ultimate emotion that I was feeling. Right now, I feel more optimistic, and I really give big shots out to the AO scan. The balancing harmonics have been pivotal in my mindset. Music is powerful. That's why we have to really key into what we're listening to, because music is very powerful. But it has really helped. And I'm really also being very, very picky about what I watch on TV. I'm not watching the news. You know, I'm really trying to allow my system to de-stress. And that's why my husband and I are going on the beach to just walk, because that is my ultimate de-stress, is to look at the power of the ocean, to hear the waves, allow my feet to touch the sand. And so I'm looking forward to that. So today is Monday, November 17th, and I went back to work today. Don't know if I was quite ready for that, but I did it, and woo woo, yay. Got that over with, and now I'm about to get a massage. This is actually just a chair massage. So I'm going to be sitting in a chair with just my top portion off and getting my back, shoulders, neck area massaged. The whole point with that is just to try and help with relaxation, to de-stress, you know, that's the goal. Well, God fixed it where I'm able to be at my neurologist appointment almost 2 months before they were supposed to see me. I got a call yesterday telling me to come in at 10 today. So it is November 21st, and I'm going to meet my neurologist for the first time in a few minutes. You know me, I'm sitting here with all my notes. And something I just recently learned this morning as I was doing my research, because I'm researching this condition every day, is that Bell's palsy was first described by Sir Charles Bell in 1831. Y'all, that was 194 years ago. So you mean to tell me in 194 years we don't know more about this condition? We're still assuming and guessing what's going on? Why would someone wake up in the morning with just half their face paralyzed? Okay, what is going on? There has to be some answers somewhere, and I am determined to find them. I am 27 days into Bell's palsy. So just about 2 days away from exactly 4 weeks since all of this started. So it's time for an update to kind of tell you all where I'm at. Mindset wise, I think I'm doing really well because of all the different strategies I've implemented to kind of help keep my mindset positive. Back at work, I have not gotten back into all my activities yet. There are some things that I kind of put on hold. I'm back into seeing clients again, and I'm just taking my time because I noticed that I start my day usually around 6 or 7, and usually by 12 or 1, my face is tight. This eye is super dry, even though I've been using lubricants. My ears start hurting again. I just kind of start crashing around that time. So I have definitely noticed that getting back into the swing of things is not even fully possible right now. You know, it makes me mad because the ER doctor gave me 2 days off. We going into 4 weeks, okay? And life still ain't lifing and full of bliss, okay? Oh no, lifing. Let's get that part right. It's definitely doing its thing. But what I'm saying is that 2 days off is not enough. You know, you get struck with something like this, you need a couple of weeks to get yourself together and to revamp your life and figure out what's important and what's not. You know, so that is imperative. It is so vital to your well-being. And speaking of well-being, I'm still on track with my supplements, going strong. And I know that the supplements have aided me in the progress I've seen thus far. So regarding progress, what have I seen? Well, I'm going to show you. I'm going to cover one side of my face. This is the paralyzed side, and this is my normal side. Of course, I can smile and do all the things on this side and raise the eyebrow, all the things. On this side, it was completely frozen. So right now, here I go. I got a little bit of cheek action right in here. Watch. Look at that. See that? That wasn't happening. I still can't, like I can flare my nostrils. I still can't flare my nostrils, completely frozen. Eyebrow, I can lift it there. Hair, very little. So very little eyebrow raised. The eye is still not completely shutting. See, still not completely shutting. So that's a problem. When I pucker my lips, going that way, I try to show my teeth. Cannot open this side of my mouth. The side of this tongue is still a little numb. So, I mean, I still got a ways to go. Oh my goodness. But I am very happy that the pain is down to about a 1 right now. So I don't feel pain every day. Every now and then I still get pain right in the ear, right behind the ear, and in my throat area. That is not consistent. it don't even happen every day. So the pain is definitely tolerable. I can deal with that. Of course, I finished the steroid long time ago, because I only had about 10 days of that. And the antiviral, I continue to take. I took the last one today. So, I wanted to just finish the whole bottle, which I did. So I think I'm just done with all the medications at this point. And my supplement regimen, as I stated before, is spot on. I have amped up my B vitamins. As a matter of fact, I'm thinking about booking an appointment to go over to the IV hydration bar so that I can actually get a cocktail of B vitamins inserted into my veins. Yeah, I've been doing massages. I had my first lymphatic facial massage. Never even heard of such a thing, but I had one of those. I had a massage of this back area. It was a chair massage. So she just focused on my back, my shoulders, my neck area. And I plan on continuing with that and the lymphatic facial massage. I even been all over Amazon buying things. Like, I'm trying to do all the things, okay? I don't even know what this little thing gonna do, but my therapist, my massage therapist was just mentioning, getting something to wrap around this area that will help to kind of help with circulation. Of course, I'm still with the heating pad, and I do ice too. So it's just a bunch of things that I'm doing. The medical field has continued to disappoint. I went to the therapist, physical therapist that my primary care doctor referred me to, and my neurologist referred me to the same place. And guess what? Sadly, they don't have anybody there that specializes in neurological disorders. Okay, everybody there work on knees and elbows and shoulders and things like that, joints. And they told me that straight up on the phone and also when I got there. So I was a little disappointed about that. I called my insurance company and told them that nobody there is able to assist with my problem. They don't know how to work with someone with facial paralysis. But Lord help her, my therapist still got online and she looked up some things and came up with this plan right here for me. And she wants me to do these neck and shoulder exercises because she said that a lot of my tension and I got a lot of issues in this area, and it's all connected, which I strongly believe, because prior to all of this happening, I had a major issue with the muscle right here, and there was like a knot there, and for 4 days I had to hold heat there. Shortly thereafter, I went to the dentist, and then boom, this whole thing happened. So a combination of things kind of lead me to believe that this ain't got nothing to do with no virus. Between the stress that I carry and that darn visit to the dentist, who knows? I don't know. I don't know, but we know our bodies better than these doctors. And I strongly believe that when something like this happens, when something dramatic happens, you look at the very last thing you did. Okay? All right. I don't know, but hey, they say, oh yeah, chickenpox virus laying dormant. Seriously? Okay. Seriously. So anyway, I've been doing these exercises, and what's funny is a little thing, the same sources she used, I already been using those same sources online. Okay, so I already had all these exercises. The one thing she did help me with is the order in which to do these things. So you want to make sure to do like a massage. I've been doing facial massages with clove, myrrh, and castor oil, or either coconut oil as my carrier oil, with my hands, and also stretching. And I also been using this facial roller device. I told y'all I got all kinds of gadgets. So massage the face first, and then you want to stretch the face. All sorts of videos on YouTube, and then get into the exercises, the forehead raises and the eye closures. Work on smiling and use your hand to kind of help the paralyzed side, making the kissy face, and then puffing your cheeks, which I can barely do. So those are all the things that I'm working on right now. granddaughter just got here, so excuse the doorbell ring. But as I was saying, I'm doing all the things and seeing all the holistic specialists and doing my own holistic thing and just trying to get back into a routine daily life. And that's it. Listening to my music from the AO scan, just trying to just stay positive in every aspect of my life. I have even really deepened my my personal Bible study and prayer and doing all the things to try and get my stress level in check, and also make sure that I'm checking in with myself to make sure that I'm living in a balanced way, being kind to others, and really seeing my self-worth, and also, putting myself out there and being a public servant for people. And that's the other reason why I'm making this video, because really it's about helping others, and that's truly how we fulfill our purpose. So anyway, that's it for part 2. Part 3 will be in the next month or so. We'll see how I'm doing.